Go ahead, unlock your phone. Now just count the red dots for a second. Every single one is a little hook, a tiny string pulling at your attention, and you might think you're the one making the choices, but you're not. You're being chosen. That device in your hand, it's not a tool anymore. It's a slot machine, and it's stealing your time, your focus, your entire future, one little pull at a time. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? That feeling of not being able to concentrate for even 10 solid minutes? That's not an accident. It's not a bug. It's literally a feature of the world we live in now. Your attention has become the most valuable product on Earth. So listen, here is the most important thing I'm going to say today. This is not your fault. Stop blaming yourself. This has nothing to do with a lack of willpower or discipline. You are living inside an environment that is expertly designed, from the ground up, to manufacture distraction. And let's be honest, right now, it's winning. But there is absolutely a way out. And it's not some vague, feel-good advice. It's a protocol, a series of switches you're going to flip, and by the time we're done here, you are going to have a step-by-step, 7-day reset plan and a daily ritual to take back complete control. Okay, so first, we have to understand the enemy, right? We need a diagnosis before we can get to the prescription. There are 3 hidden traps that are keeping your brain locked in this constant cycle of distraction. Let's break them down. So, trap number 1 is what we call microdopamine. You know what I'm talking about. Every notification ping, I'll just check my email for a sec. It feels so small, so harmless. But it's not. Each one is a tiny chemical hit that literally fragments your thoughts, shattering your ability to focus before it even has a chance to form. And then there's this one, context pinball. Sound familiar? You've got your email open, 5 browser tabs, Slack is pinging. You feel like you're multitasking, you feel productive. But what's really happening is your brain is playing pinball, and with every single jump, you pay a massive cognitive tax. You're not actually working faster. You're just resetting your brain to 0 over and over and over again. And the third, and maybe the sneakiest trap, is the reward later lie. We all tell ourselves this story. Okay, I'll just grind this out for an hour, and then I'll reward myself with some scrolling. It's a nice thought, but it's a lie. Because the cue, your phone sitting right there on the desk, it guarantees that later is always going to bleed into now. So that's the bad news. Those are the traps. But how do we get out? Well, we don't try to fix you. We fix the environment. We fix the cues. So let's get to the good stuff. The prescription, a concrete 7-day plan to completely reset your brain. Okay, here's the roadmap. It's super simple. Day 1, we do a huge cleanup. Day 2 is all about simplifying your digital workspace. Day 3, we install a powerful new work rhythm. Day 4, you get back in the driver's seat of your scrolling. Days 5 and 6 are about locking in these new habits. And day 7 is where we make it all stick for good. All right, let's zoom in on day 1 because this is probably the most powerful single action you can take. After you turn off all the useless notifications, you're going to take every single social media news and gaming app and you're going to drag them into one folder. Hide it on your very last home screen and you're going to name that folder friction. Just by doing that, you make distraction a conscious choice instead of a mindless reflex. I want you to burn this number into your brain. 90. This is the new heartbeat of your workday. It's the core of the rhythm you'll build on day 3. We're talking 90 minutes of pure head down, uninterrupted deep work, phone out of sight, no pings, no nothing. This is where you actually get things done. And then you take a 20-minute break. And I mean a real break away from all screens. Okay? So that's 7-day reset. That's the shock to the system you need. But to make this whole thing permanent, you need a daily regimen, a super simple 3-minute ritual to kick off every single morning with total clarity. This is it. It's so easy. Step 1. You ask yourself out loud, if I could only get one thing done today, what would make the biggest impact? Write that down on a sticky note. Step 2. Build the runway for your first 90-minute block. Close everything else. Put your phone in another room and just start. Step 3. At the end of that 90 minutes, close the loop, save your work, send the email, schedule the next step, get it out of your head. So what happens when that urge hits in the middle of a work block? Because it will. It's inevitable. First, you just pause and you name it. Say to yourself, okay, my brain wants a hit. Then you immediately pivot. Ask, what's the absolute smallest, tiniest next action I can take on my one outcome, and just do that thing for 60 seconds. Seriously, that's it. You'll find that's usually all it takes to get the momentum back and for the urge to just disappear. A reset and a ritual are a fantastic start, but how do we make absolutely sure this isn't just another thing you try for a week and then forget about? Well, it all comes down to a few core rules for engineering an environment where focus is the default. These are the rules you're going to live by from now on. First, friction beats motivation every time. Make your distractions harder to get to than your work. Second, visibility fuels action. Keep your one outcome on that sticky note right in front of your face all day. Third, tiny wins compound. Actually acknowledge when you finish a focus block. Give yourself a little credit. And finally, the most important one, never miss 2 deep blocks in a row. You can have an off day. It happens, but you never let it become 2. And really, this brings us to the biggest mind shift of all. This was never about you trying to find more discipline or white-knuckling your way through the day. It's about being smarter. It's about designing an environment where focus is the path of least resistance. You're not chasing willpower anymore. You're designing gravity. And so that leaves us with one final question. Once all that noise finally quiets down, once your thoughts have the space to actually connect and grow, once you have hours of deep, productive focus back in your life every single day, what are you going to do with it? What will you finally build? If this system seems valuable, save it so you can come back to it. Send this to that one friend who's always saying how distracted they are. And I want to see the results. So drop your before and after screen time in the comments. Be honest. And of course, if you want more systems to upgrade your life, hit that subscribe button, give this a like, and tell me right now, what is your single biggest distraction? Let me know in the comments.